today we are going to understand what is C++ inheritance, right? Actually, inheritance is also applicable in real life also. Like your grandfather has some bank balance or land, right? That will be available to your father also, and after your father, you can also get it, right? So that is one type of inheritance. In C++, we have also that type of inheritance in which we can acquire processes and data members of parent class to the child class. So we don't have to write down another time that all process and that data members. So this is the main advantage of C++ inheritance, that codes become simple and we don't have to write it another time. We can use the old codes with new child class. Now, which type of inheritance are available in C++ today is, first of all, is single inheritance. Means one class will be derived from a base class. Second one is multiple inheritance. Third one is hierarchical. Fourth one is multi-level. And last one is hybrid inheritance. So these are the 5 types of inheritance supported by C++ right now. So first of all, we have to understand what is a derived class and what is the base class. To understand this more better, I am going in Paint. 1 minute. We start MS Paint and going to understand what is inheritance. Suppose that this is the class named A. I am giving here class name as A. It has some data members, means variable like integer ID, string name, and integer view. We are going to make this class of car type 1. So in this class named A, we have ID, model number, model name of the car, and how much wheels are there in the car. Now I am going to make a derived class. This called, what we have designed here is called base class. So here I am writing down that this is the base class. Now I am going to make another class from this base class, and in this base class I am going to make car type 2. I am giving the name B for this class, and over here I am giving integer model number. Next one is string company, and last one is weight of a car. To measure a weight, I am putting it in integer data type. Right? So the class B is a derived class, which is derived from base class A. So we call it derived class. Now, to understand it better, what is inheritance, let's keep in mind that class A has whatever the value in a public access specifier, it will be available here on a second class called B. So how it will happen? Suppose that car type A, car type 1 is a basic model. Suppose it is a model of Tata company and class name is basic model Tata Nano. So Tata Nano has some ID, means the model number like LX, VX, that type of model name is there. Tata Nano LX is the name, its ID. So I am going to ID value also, and that is 001. And how much wheels are there? There are 4 wheels in Tata Nano, right? So I am giving the value of class A's data member of base class value. Now I am generating class B, that is called derived class, and it is made up from class A. So what are the things that will be available here in the class B? So all the things which are in a public section, right? Which are in a public section will be applicable and available in class B. To access all these things, I have to put all the data members of class A into a public section using an access specifier called a public. I am putting here public keyword. Now, in the base class B, we can put inside private or public or in a protected section. So right now, I am not giving anything over here. Means by default, computer will take it as a private data member. In a derived class, I am generating one more car from class B. So first of all, we have to give the value to the model number. So I am giving model number 002. Then next thing is string. Next thing is string, and that is a complement. So I am giving here data. Third one is the weight of a car. So over here I am giving 80 ton. So 80 ton is too much. So I should give 2 ton to understand it better. Now the class A, which is ID, name, and will also be accessible over here in a derived class. And the values are, first of all is ID, second one is a model, is a name of car, and that is Nano LX, and next one is a wheel. All these values will be accessible over here. Means we don't have to write Second time, the values that contained by the variables and that are id, name, and will. We don't have to write code for these three values over here in class B. There is no need because we already got the value, got the integer string and whatever type of the variables are over here in class B. So this is called single inheritance. This is a single inheritance example. Now we have understand what is the first thing and that is single inheritance. Second one is multiple inheritance. So what is multiple inheritance? Now check out it with example. On the screen you can see that A, B and C is given very first class. Grandparent class is a class A. Then we have derived child class and that is B. And from B we are also deriving one more class and that is class C. So here there are three stages. First stage is of class A, second stage is of class B, and from second stage we are generating one more class, one more stage, that is class C. So, so this thing is type of multi-level inheritance. In short, in multi-level inheritance, we have more than one level. So it is called multi-level. First level is class A, means base class, then derived class, and from derived class, we are generating one more derived class. So this type of inheritance is called multi-level inheritance. Next thing is multiple inheritance. In multiple inheritance, as you can see on the screen, we have three types of class B1, B2 and B number of n classes B3, B4 and so on and so forth. These all classes are accessible by one common class which is a derived class, means we are accessing variables and functions of class B1, class B2, class B3 and so on and so forth. All the base classes are there. Number of base classes are there and that classes has certain data members and processes, means variables and functions. All are accessible over here in derived class. So this type of inheritance is called a multiple inheritance. Now next one is hybrid inheritance. This is a hybrid. In a hybrid inheritance, we have one base class and from base class we are generating two derived class. As you can see on the screen is B and C. And from the second level derived class, we are generating one more class and by combination of these two classes, that is class D. So this type of inheritance is called hybrid inheritance. In this hybrid inheritance, a virtual grand base class is class A or class B. But by checking it out on a level, a very first level is class A, and from class A we are generating two classes B and C, and from B and C, by combination of B and C, we are generating class B. So virtually grandparent is A for class B child, right? So this is the hybrid inheritance. One more type is hierarchical inheritance. As you can see on the image, class A is the parent class, and from class A we are generating three classes B, C, and D. This is a hierarchical inheritance because in class B we are using class A. In class C we are using class A, and class D we are using class A processes and data members. So this type of inheritance are using in C++ right now. We have seen single inheritance. In single inheritance, there is a one class is called a base class. Next class is derived class. In multiple inheritance, we have more than one classes, and from that we are generating one common class. Then hierarchical inheritance, multi-level, and hybrid inheritance. Now we are undertaking with using compiler of C++. Means we are going to understand it by a code. So here on the screen, I am using online compiler. You can also access it from tutorialspoint.com, or here we have a main method or a main function is there which will print hello world. To check it out, we are executing it. Okay, the result will come soon. We have to wait for that. So we have executed the code, and here is the result. It's called hello world. We have given here hello world. Okay, actually it is a C compiler. We have to change it into C++. So wait again. Now I have loaded C++ compiler, and I am checking it out. Yeah, it is working. Hello world. So here we are going to make a class. To create a class, we have to write down keyword class. Then next one is a class name. So I am writing over here a class name is A, and then I have created the scope of it using curly brace. In the scope of class, I am making variable in a public section using public access specifier. It is called public access specifier. Inside a public block, I am writing down here integer ID. Next, I am using character array, CHAR, character data type. Then I am giving here company name. Maximum we will store 10 number of characters. Then next one is will. To how much wills are there? To give it, we are using will. So this is class A. Now I am generating one more class, class B. To derive it from class A, I have to use this operator, and then how to derive from class A. I want to derive class A as a public. So I am writing down public A. Now inside this class pub, B, I am writing down a public block. In this public block, I am giving here integer, model number. Next one is name of a class, so name and try. What is the value of a particular model? I was showing lot of from the paint example because to understand more better, I have changed all the things. In a class A, we have ID, next thing is company name, and one more thing is field. In class B, we have model number, name, and price. As you can see, I have used A as the base class over here, and the derived class is class B. So just check out that all the things are proper or not. I am executing it. Okay. As you can see here, the compiler gives an error and says that expected semicolon. So we have to put semicolon after completion of a class. So I am giving here semicolon. Now it's okay. Now all the codes are properly working. So now I want to access the value of ID from class A, company name from class A and will over here in class B. So to access all the things, I am writing down here one method, one function. And that function is we are writing down info, right? In information, we are displaying all the things to view output. I am using cout. The very first thing is ID. To display it, I am accessing ID. The next thing is company name. I am doing the same thing, company, and next one thing is will. Now we are accessing our own class members, and that is class B members. First of all is model number, right? Second one is a name of a model of car. Third one is price. So I have made one function named info. It will print out all the values. Now we are executing again. Okay. So there is an error. Company was not declared, right? So there is some little bit a spelling mistake may be there. Okay. Now it's okay. Code is properly written down. Now in a class A, we have members and that is ID, company and will. In class B, we have members, model number, name and price. But inside a class B, that is a derived class, that is a child class, we can access member of class A and that is ID. Second one, company and that is inside class A. but we can access here in class B. We don't have to write down or declare this member again, data member. Next one is will, which was also inside the class A, but we don't have to write code or we don't have to declare or define it again. Just we are using it in a class B. So as you can see, code has become simple, understable, reusable. The main thing is reusability. Why we should use inheritance? The inheritance main benefit is we don't have to write down code again and again, but I think once we can access it into another class, we don't have to rewrite again. We can reuse it. We can reuse our old code easily. That is the main benefit of inheritance. Now inside the main function, we are putting here on changing the string of car. After this, I am making one object of type A, and that one is A1. I'm writing down new A and created object. And class B's object is B1 new B. Okay, I have write down just like a Java. That's why it is giving one error. So we have to change this thing. I'm just changing it. Now it's okay. Code is properly written. Now in a A1, I am giving value to a data member, and that is A1.id. First member is ID. So I am giving here some value 3, 4, 5. Then next one is company. A1 dot company. Actually, we have made some typing mistakes, so I am just copying it and pasting it because spelling was wrong. I am going to change the company name in a short form COMP. Over here, I am also changing it COMP, and here also I am changing COMP, and I am giving value. And it is suppose that we have right now understanding about Tata car. Then next one is wheel. So most of cars have four wheels in India. So we are giving a value of wheels, and that is four. If you know that all cars have one spare wheels also there inside its body. So I am changing it to five also if required. But right now, just for normal level, I am using it as a wheel 4. Now the next from class B data members, I am accessing it. So B1 and giving the value to them B1 dot model number. So I am giving here a number is second model number, and that is 202 B1 dot name. So I am giving here a name Nano LX. Then the price is there. So I am giving here price Just keep in mind that we are giving a value in dollars, right? Because there is some limitation of integer data type. You know that we cannot go out of 32,000 range. So I am giving here the value in dollar, not in rupees. So we have assigned values and now I am executing it. So after compiling, we have got one error and that is data and then no ls means string value is not assigned properly. So we have to use one function and from it is from one library that is string dot h and from string dot h I am using a ready-made function strcpy. Ready-made means built-in function. This is a built-in function strcpy which will assign value to string variable, which is actually a array of characters. So I'm also changing here. Now we are executing it. Okay, it's okay now. Properly code has written down, right? Now next thing is we have how we can access it. So print out all the things I am using info name function of class B. So to give an output, we can use function and its name is info. So I have wrote down E1 info. Now we are accessing it. Okay, nothing is out there. So there is one more problem is what is it? Just check out. So now as you can see, output is nothing. I'm again executing it. So there is some error. Which one is there? So first of all, we have to change it. Class A instead of class A, we have to use class B object. So I'm writing here class B object instead class A. Actually, we have derived class B from class A, so we can use it directly inside this memory. Class A is generated, but class A object could not assign value. That's why I have changed it to class B. Now we are executing it, and as you can see, all the values are printed over here. To show it better, uh, we are changing it. We are giving endl to every line. I have given endl to each and every line. Now value is properly displaying over here. I'm also giving endl. So as you can see, we have make an object of class B. By using object of class B, I am accessing data member of class A, and that is ID. Very first is ID, second one is company, next one is will. So you can see here I am assigning value to ID. The ID is the data member of class A in class A's variable. Next one is company. This is also from class A. And next one is will. This is also from class A. So class A's data member is accessible over here because we have put it inside it as a public block. Inside a public box, we have put all these things. That's why it is accessible. Now, I'm just changing it as a private and executable. So you can see that number of errors are coming. Why? Because private access is higher. If we are assigning, then this block will be will be taken as private of class A, and it will not accessible inside class B. That's why error is coming. So we have to use it over here is a public UI, public access specifier. At that time, we will be able to access all the things of base class to the derived class. So we have just taken one single inheritance example over here and understand that how we can reuse all code to the new code because class S code are old. We are using or reuse it inside class B, right? So this is a very first example of single inheritance. More I will explain it in next lecture. Thank you.